one and all. I'm sorry I've missed you. I've not been putting anything on my channel for you to follow recently, so I'm hoping you've been following all my previous videos and doing all the different ones to try and keep stretching out through top to toe. Today I'm going to do a full class workout, again top to toe, lying on your tummy, lying on your side, lying on your back, and we'll just complete doing some lovely stretches and strengthening. Let's start with the foot series. Again, I'm always pulling my trousers up here. One heel up and swap over. I'll do it from the side so you can see. Swap, swap, swap. We're pulling up through the stomach. We're tucking in through the glutes. We're growing tall through the head so that we're maintaining our balance. So if I said to you at any point, stop, you could, and balance. And then let's keep going. Working through those ankles and toes and calves. And then we can do both feet together. And I'm going to throw a stop in as well. So make sure everything's tucked in. Are you ready? Both heels together. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Tighten everything in because we're going to go for a stop. Hold. And then slowly lower again, and up and down, up and down, up and down, and again, try another hold, get everything tucked in, growing beautifully tall so that you can maintain that balance, and lower down. Last 3, and 2, and 1. You should be feeling it in those calves. Having worked, you might feel it up through the bottom as well. If I turn to the front, we're going to go into turning in and turning out. I'm going to stand on the slip slidey floor to show you the movement. The feet are together initially. We're then going to keep the heels together and turn the toes out. And then bring them back together. Pushing them out and bringing them back together. Push and back in. Feel it through the bottom. Tighten through your bottom and bring it back in. Tighten through the bottom, bring it back in. Tighten through the bottom and bring it back in. Taking the feet out, hip distance apart, we'll do our tendus. The tendu is where we slide the foot forward and slide it back again. Again, best done on a slip slidey floor. Push through and come back. Push through, we're still on the right leg. I'm doing it on the left. And come back. It's typical for me, always getting my left and right mixed up. Last one. And then swap over to the other side. Keep that balance central as you draw in through the belly, draw out through the back, beautifully tall, slide and back, slide and back. 3, and back, another 3, and 2, and 1. We're going to maintain the balance theme here. Sliding the feet out to the side, push through the foot, come onto the tiptoe, and slide it back. Push, and slide it back. You're maintaining the stance on this stable leg, and pull it back. Push, and in. Last one. Push and in. To the other side. Press and in. And press and in. Again, we're standing out of the hip on that stance leg. Don't sink into it. Draw up and out. Drawing through the head. Last one. And in. If you want to get a bit excitable here, we slide. You flex the foot, the heels to the floor, point, slide back. Let's swap to the other side. Push, flex, point, return. Push, flex, point, return. Note that I'm not swaying with this. I'm trying to maintain as much of my balance, very much through the centre. There is a minimal transfer of weight. Flex, point, and down. Let's do this out to the side. Push, flex, point, return. Push, flex, point, return. Push, flex, point, return. Push, flex, point, return. Come to the center. We're going to go straight into squats. Parallel squats. Knees are parallel. Hips go backwards along with the belly button. As the knees come forwards, make sure we can see the air through the knees and come up. Down and up. Press down and up. Push down and up. If you feel those knees being attracted to one another, out we go. Use those glutes. And up. 2 more. Down and up. Down and up. Open those legs wider by taking the weight onto the back of the heel. Slide those feet out using the glutes. Lift and place the heels behind the toes. Slide the feet out using your glutes. We should be the width of the mat. I'm still on the floor, but you could be back on your mat. We're pushing the knees out to the side and come up. Still growing. Feel like somebody's pulling you even though you're going down. And up. Down. And up. A lovely opposition movement. Press those hands if you wish. Up to the ceiling. Down. And up. Push. And up. 3 more. 3. And up. 2. And up. Last one. Push. Take the arms out to the side. You're in a squat. We're going to transfer the weight. Pull the weight across to the right side. Left leg is straight. All the body weight is down on that right side. Come back to the center. All the way over to the left. And back to the center. To the right. And center. To the left. And center. Right. Tucking in, using your glutes. Center. 2 more. To each side. Here we go. 1 to the right. Back to the center. 1 to the left. Back to the center. To the right. And center. To the left. And center. We're going to do bounces. Bring the arms into a prayer position. We bounce down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. And again, bounce down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Grow with those arms and the legs. Tall, 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 tall. Clench the glutes. Out to the side with the arms. And then bring everything back in. You should have been feeling it right through the glutes. We're going to do a side bend. Simple side bend to begin with. We're rolling the shoulder on the left to the back. Stretch the right arm up to the ceiling. We're reaching hip, armpit, little fingertip up to the ceiling and over we go to the side. There is a lovely smooth curve all the way to the fingertip. Up to the ceiling on the breath in. Breathe out. Roll the right. Lengthen the left. Soften the knees. Lovely smooth curve from the hip to the armpit to the fingertip. Hold. Up to the ceiling. Release. Roll the shoulder. Slide and lengthen. Soften the knees. Over we go. Reach and lower. Roll the shoulder. Slide and lengthen. Over we go. Up combine this movement with the side knee bend. So take those feet out to the side. We're going to bend gently, not fully, but a soft bend. Roll the left, lengthen the right. Hand onto the left thigh, over we go. Stretching through, use your stomach for stability. Reach to the ceiling and release. Roll. Slide and lengthen. Hand onto your right side for stability. Over we go. Tuck in. Use your glutes. Up to the ceiling and release. Roll the left. Slide and lengthen. Over we go. And release. Roll. Slide and lengthen. Over we go. Up to the ceiling and release. You should be feeling this through those glutes, through those legs, and a lovely long stretch through the body. Straighten the legs, bring the feet back. We're going to do the upper body roll down, just the upper body. So when we do it, we're going to come to the bottom of the rib cage, no more. I don't want to see any backs bending forwards. It's just this upper area. Take the breath in. As you breathe out, soften the chin, melt it to the breastbone. Let the breastbone melt so that it's curling gently as the upper back rolls down. Your arms should be no further than the middle of your thighs. If you're down here by your knees, can you see? I've bent my back. It's the upper back that we're using. Unravel and come up to a beautiful stand. Breath in, grow through the spine, and then melt the head down. Melt the breastbone, melt the upper back. Reaching those hands just to the middle of your thighs, and then breathe in and unravel. Third one, breath in. Breathe out, melting down like a candle, wax dripping down the side of the candle. Hold, it's solidified. You haven't, you should be lovely and flexible. Unravel and back to the beginning. Roll those shoulders back for 3 movements. 3. Let's go with the combination of the bend, the side bend, and the rolling. Okay? So let's take the legs into the side position for squats. Out with the feet, out with the heels, out with the feet. Get yourself comfortable. A little bend. Not too deep. Remember, we're doing this for a little while, so make sure you're comfortable here. Let's start with the right shoulder. We're going to roll the right shoulder back. Lengthen the left arm to the ceiling. Support the arm on the thigh and over we go to the side. Bend, dead easy, we've done this. Now let's use the upper body roll down, curling from the upper body only. We come down to the centre. We're going to unravel in this position and stand up tall. Let's go to the other side. We're going to roll the left shoulder, slide and lengthen. We've got a little bend on our knees. Over we go. And then roll forwards through the upper back only to the centre and palms down and unravel, straightening the spine and the knees. Right side, roll. Slide and lengthen the left arm, small bend through the knees. Over we go. And then upper body roll, curl through the upper back only. Unravel. Roll the other side. slide and lengthen, bending the knees, over we go, and then curl from the rib cage, rolling it round through to the centre, unravel. For those of you who would like to try this next one, we're going to do a full upper body roll. So let's roll the shoulder, roll the right shoulder, slide and lengthen with the left arm. We go over to the side. We're going to complete a whole circle with this upper body roll. We curl down to the centre, both arms are down to the floor. Then you're going to take the left arm, put it on your left thigh, reach across with your right arm, so we're in a side bend to the left. Right arms over your head, reach up to the ceiling and relax. Let's try that on the other side. Roll the shoulder, slide and lengthen the left arm. I'm doing this the wrong way, aren't I? No worries, we'll do it the other way twice. Over we go. Roll down to the bottom, swapping the arms over, reach the right arm across to the left side with side bent, we come up and release. Roll the left shoulder, let's do two on the right. Slide and lengthen the right arm. Over we go to the left side. Here we come for the roll down. Rolling to the centre, both arms to the floor. Put your right hand on your right thigh. Bring your left hand sweeping across so we end up in a side bend. Reach up to the ceiling and release. Roll the left shoulder. Slide and lengthen the right arm. Over we go to the left first. Roll down to the centre. Both arms down. Right arm to the right thigh. Left arm draws the circle at the bottom. We're side bent. Make sure you're not curled down here. We're exposing the whole of the clavicles, the shoulder blades. No, what are they called? Collarbones to the front. And then we reach up and release. Bring the feet back to the centre. Hands onto your hips. Gentle tilt and tuck. You know this one. You're aiming to get a duck arse position and then an unhappy dog tucked under. Stick the bottom out and tuck under. Remember, growing through the body as you're doing this movement, so we're not sinking and lifting. You're maintaining that height through the body, and it's the pelvis that's doing the work out here, using your stomach and your glutes, and then stretching through. Come back to the centre. We're going to start with our balancing toe taps. I'm going to bring the mat forwards a smidge so you can see. Toe taps, simple exercise for balance and stability. Weight bearing on one side, arms out to the side. Bring the other foot up to tabletop position. This one taps down and comes up 6 times. 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring the leg back to the centre, transfer the weight, use your glute, grow tall, release the other leg. We tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Return that leg to the floor. Because we've now got beautiful balance and stability using our glutes and our tummy muscles, we're going to do the hip twist. We bring the leg up to tabletop. We rotate it out to the side. Don't twist that foot back or inwards. It's the hip that opens and then comes back and lowers down. Transfer the weight, grow tall. Bring the opposite leg up to tabletop. It opens like a gate. It comes back and we lower it down. Remember, you are not allowing these hips to twist. You keep them tucked in and tall through the body. Open, return, and lower. Transfer the weight. Up we come. Open, return, and lower. Transfer the weight. come, open, return, lower. If you're struggling with balance on this, transfer the weight, take the leg to a top toe tap position and draw a quarter circle on the floor. As if you've got a piece of chalk between your toes, you bring the foot up so that the toe is just on the floor and you draw a quarter circle, keeping those hips square, and bring it back. Return. If you're comfortable with the knee at tabletop, open, back, release. Last one. Lift, open, back, release. Fantastic. Doing a really good job. Keep going. If you need to press pause, have a slug of water, and then come back to me. We're about to do our roll down. We all know the roll down. We did the beginning of it when we did the upper body roll down. We're now going to do the full roll down. We're also going to do it with the pelvic tilt and tuck combined. So I'm going to turn sideways for this. We're going to start. Simple roll down, all the way down, please. Take the breath in. As you breathe out, soften through the chin, breastbone, rib cage. Then we're going to go further. We're allowing that lower back to curl. Keep your weight over your toes. Don't let your bottom sink outwards. So you're lifting through the abdominals, curling through the spine, allowing the arms to lengthen towards the floor. If you can reach the floor, great. If you can't, don't worry. You're holding that on a stretch, feeling the hamstrings lengthen, lifting all the while through your belly. Take the breath in at the bottom and then unravel. All the way up to the ceiling. If you're struggling with your roll down, here's one I prepared earlier. Get a block, a book, pop it on the floor in front of you, so that when you roll down, your fingers can hold on to the block for a little stability. You can work on lifting through those abdominals. You can have the block either on a horizontal or long, so landscape or portrait, depending on how far down you can go. Unravel. Let me pop that to the side. So the pelvic tilt within the roll down. We're going to have your feet suitably far apart, hip distance. As we breathe out, we allow the upper body to roll. We get to the point where our hands are on our knees. Okay? We've curled through the middle back. We're starting to curl through the upper lower back. You then bend the knees into a squat. Can you see how we've still got the curl in the body? From here, we're going to arch, so that we're pelvic tilting. We've got the arch through the lumbar spine. We've lifted the breastbone. The head is up. Then I need you to pull in through the belly. Lift through that belly. We're in the curled position. Straighten the knees. Roll to the floor. You can use your block if you need to. Take the breath in. As you breathe out, unravel. We're back with the hands on the knees. Bend the knees. Arch the spine. Curl through the spine. Let's do a second one of those. Arch through the spine and through the pelvis, and then tuck it under, and we're going to roll up from here. So straighten the knees, keep tucked in through that belly, unravel, and we're in an upright position. Let's do a set of 3 pelvic tilt and tucks within our roll down this time. Breath in. As we breathe out, down we go. We're at the knees, bend those knees. Arch and curl and arch and curl. Last one. Arch and curl. Straighten the knees. Roll down. You should be using those abdominals beautifully. Let's unravel. Up we come, bending the knees. Arch and curl. 2, 3. Straighten the legs. Unravel all the way to the top. We should be lovely and relaxed through that bum, through those backs, through the stomach. Let's roll all the way down to the floor. I'm going to step backwards so I can lie down as well from this position. Tuck the chin in. Let's roll us down. All the way to the floor. Hold there. Just hold. Feeling the stretch through those hamstrings. We can give you a lovely nerve stretch in this position too. Tuck the chin in and release. Tuck the chin in, bringing it towards the knees and release. Tuck the chin in and release. And we're then going to walk forwards through the arms. If you need to bend your knees to bring your hands to the floor, absolutely fine. Bring your knees into a small bend position. Place your hands towards the floor and we walk forwards. I'm not going to go into a plank. Keep that stomach lifted before you rest the knees to the floor and sit back into a shell stretch. The next set of exercises we're going to do will be lying on your back. So if you get yourself, after your resting position for a good 10 seconds, lots of lovely deep breaths in this position. And then we're going to roll over onto your back and start doing our exercises lying down. So, have we all got ourselves comfortably lying on the mat? We've got our feet hip distance apart, so put your feet together, turn the toes out, heels behind the toes. The knees also remain hip distance apart. You can do some of these exercises if you wish, using a block between your knees to make sure you're using your inner thigh muscles, which helps engage the abdominals or the anterior sling. So please be aware that you can use one of these. We're going to start simple upper abdominals. So keep your fingers by your sides. You're going to tuck your chin in towards your chest. You're going to lengthen the back of the neck. And we're going to reach the fingers towards the toes. We're using the upper abdominals. Let's go down. 6 of these. Breath in. Breathe out. And lower down. Breathe out as you come up. Lengthening the arms, keeping those shoulders down. And roll down. 3 more. Tuck the chin in. Up we come. Hold. And lower. 2 more. Coming up. Have you lost the use of your glutes? Come on, keep those going. And down. Last one. Up we come. Hold. And lower. Let's get one hand behind the back of the head. It's going to rest on your hand, on your fingers, your head, and the elbow is not coming up, it's staying out. We're doing obliques. We roll up, tucking the chin in. We get the shoulder coming across to the opposite side, not the elbow. It's the shoulder. We're going to go down. 6 of these. Come up and across. Lower, down. Breathing out as you're coming up and coming across. We're using your oblique abdominals. You can feel them. As you come across and twist, you can feel those muscles working. And down. I believe we've got 2 more. I may have miscounted. That's not unusual for me. So let's do this last one. Up and across. And then we come down. Let's swap over. Take the hands behind the head, resting the head in the hands. You're not pulling on that neck. We curl the chin down, re-roll up. The shoulder is coming to the hip and not the elbow across the face. Come down. We've got 5 more. And down. 3. Hang on, I think I missed 4. Let's go to 4 and come down. Now we can go to 2. Come down, last one. Coming down, and let's do an extra one just because, just in case I've miscounted. Up we come and come down. Release the arms down to the side. There may possibly be a rabbit coming to join us. Tilt and tuck in this position. We're going to take the pelvis, we're going to roll, there she comes, roll it backwards, and then come back to the centre. She wants a little nose hug, bless her. And then we're going to roll that pelvis, flattening the spine against the floor, and then release. Roll it to flatten the spine on the floor, and release. And again, roll to flatten it on the floor, and release. I shall pause the video at this point just to get rid of said rabbit, otherwise she's going to be a bit distracting, and then we will carry on. To loosen up the spine, we're going to do some bridging work. Bridging is where we've got our feet on the floor, we peel the pelvis like we're peeling a banana, and it peels off the floor using the glutes, pressing through the feet, and you end up resting on your shoulders and your head. Hold that position, and then butter your spine onto the mat, melting the butter into the hot toast as you go down. Again, breath in, breathe out, use your stomach, use your glutes, tilt the pelvis, and then peel the spine off the mat. Take the breath in, and then roll that spine down, melting butter into hot toast. Again, take the breath in, we're going to hold this next one. Use your stomach, use your glutes, tilt the pelvis, and peel that spine. Imagine it playing a scale on the piano. I want you to hit every key as you go up. Now in this position, we're resting on our feet, using our glutes, resting on our shoulders, and gently on the head. Hold this position. Now if you feel your hamstrings kicking in, it's because we're not using those glutes enough and using the stomach, so really tighten through those glutes. Hold. We're going to rise up onto the toes of the feet, just one at a time. Left foot down, right foot down, left toes, right toes. And you're aiming to keep this pelvis beautifully stable as you lift and lower those heels. Up and down, 2 more. Last one. Take the arms over the head. This is for a lovely stretch. Butter that spine down onto the hot toast of the mat, and down we go. You'll find the arms will pop up and then bring them down. Take the break. If you want to, pull your knees in towards your chest just to give your back a little bit of a break and a little hug. And we will now roll over onto our side. So roll onto our side, take the hips across, roll the knees over. Here we go, into our side position. Now it's preferable to have a cushion at this point, or a block. Place the arm down in front of you, and we're going to do our crocodile arms. So here's the crocodile opening its jaws. From this position, your head is resting on the cushion, your arms are out in front of you. Flex the feet so we're engaged through the bottom of the feet. You're going to lift the arm up to the ceiling, look up to the ceiling, hold, and then rotate it down. Lift, breathe in, and lower. Lift, breathe in, and lower. If you want to take this further back, you lift, you rotate out towards the back. Don't go too far because you'll end up flopping down. We're engaged through the core, through the glutes. Opening the arm, bring it up and lower. Last one. Up, extend it slightly back, using the muscles through the body. Lift and lower. Arm openings. We're now going to go back into the position I started with. which is the arm up, cushion on top of the arm, and then we're going to rest the fingers on the floor. We'll start with our clam movement. Bend the knees so that the heels are underneath your bottom, and we're going to lift and lower. 2 and 3. We're going to do 4 of these. Now we're going to lift the heels up and the feet. Same exercise, lifting that leg up towards the knee up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to release the foot, so we're extending it. Coming back, foot to foot, knee to knee. Knee to the ceiling, extend. Foot to foot, knee down. Up, extend. Foot to foot, down. Up, extend. Foot to foot, last one. Up we come. Foot to foot, extend, foot to foot, and lower. Lower that leg down. 2 ways to do this next exercise. It's leg circles. You can either have both legs straight if you feel confident in your balance, or if you don't, bend the bottom leg. Lift the top leg up to hip height. Only hip height. We're not up here. We're hip height. Use the glutes. Use your stomach for stability. You're then going to bring that foot slightly forwards, up to the ceiling, and then back. So we're doing little circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate the opposite way. Back up, forwards. Back up, forwards. 3, 4, 5. Lower the leg down. You're going to lift both legs at the same time. Don't push with this top arm. You're using your waist muscle to lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3, 4. This arm can be up here if you're feeling confident enough. 5 and 6. From here, we're going to roll onto our stomachs to do some posterior exercises using the glutes. Lie yourself down with a cushion potentially underneath your head if you feel happier doing so. And we're going to do breaststroke preparation. This involves the arms. We're going to have the palms facing upwards initially. You then turn the palms in towards your thighs, float the arms up, lower the arms down, thumbs down first, and then allow the arms to rotate. Watch points. Have you got your glutes tucked in? Are your legs parallel? Is your stomach lifted off the floor? And are your shoulders down? So let's start. Take the breath in. Palms are up. We're going to breathe out. Turn the palms to the thighs. Float them up. Hold. Lower and release. Breathe out. Stretch the fingers towards the toes. Turn the palms to the thighs. Float the arms up. Hold. Lower. Release. Let's do another 4. Lengthen. Turn. Float. Hold. Lower. Release. Lengthen. Turn. Float. Hold. Lower. Release. Lengthen, turn, float, hold. Now let's just hold it there. I want you then to start pulsing for 8 pulses up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower slightly. And again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. We're going to engage the legs now. The legs are going to lengthen. We're going to float the leg off the floor using the glutes, not the lumbar spine. We're going to do alternate legs slowly, and then we'll do fast. Breathing in, I'm going to remove my cushion at this point. Breathing in, lengthen and float. Lower, lengthen and float. Lower. Remember, you're lifting through the abdominals as we do this exercise. And up, lower, up, lower, up, lower. Last two. Last one. You ready for the fast? We're going to float the leg off the floor. As you do this, engage through the core. Swap, 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 swap. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take the arms up in front of you. We're going to do the similar movement with the arms, lifting these up and down. But I don't want to see you rolling through the body. This is very much a lengthen the arm, float it off the floor, keeping your shoulder down, lower, draw it back slightly, lengthen the arm, float, lower and down, lengthen, float, lower, down, lengthen, float, lower, down. 2 more. Up, lower. Who's forgotten to use their stomachs? Up, down, lower. We'll push back into a shelf stretch just for a little bit of relaxation. Hold. Deep breaths into side of your rib cage, feeling this rib cage expand. Coming back, and we're going to rotate onto the other side so we can do our opposite leg with the leg lifts and lowers. Let's start this side with our arm openings. So we've got our crocodile arms here. We're resting on a cushion. We're legs straight. You can either have them slightly in front of you or bent for stability. Your choice. We need to use your abdominals to keep the control going. So we take the arm, we lift it up to the ceiling. Breathe out. And up. And out. Up. And out. Remember I said you could take it further back? Up, keep that shoulder down, rotate, reach up and down, lift, rotate, up and down, lift, rotate, up and down, and take the break there. We're then going to go into our clam, so we get ourselves sorted into a comfortable position, bending the knees, lift and lower, lift and lower, up and down, up and down. 2 more. Oh, we were only doing 4, weren't we? Lift the legs here, and we're going to go up into the extension, foot to foot, lower the knee. Bring it up, extend, foot to foot, lower the knee, up, extend, foot to foot, lower the knee, last one, extend, foot to foot, and lower the knee. Again, we're going to extend both the legs, or if you're more confident, bend the underneath leg if you need some more stability. We're going to do our circles. Lift this top leg to hip height, using our stomachs and our glutes for stability. Bring the leg forwards, up and back. Forwards, up and back. 3. Try not to press on this hand. It's there for some stability, but if you press more, then you end up using that arm rather than your core. Let's go backwards. Back, up, round. Back, up, round. Test your stability. Can you take that hand off? Back, up, round. Last one. And then come back to the centre. You should have been feeling it in your gluteus medius, that exercise. You're going to lift both legs at the same time. Don't push with this top arm. You're using your waist muscle to lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3, 4. This arm can be up here if you're feeling confident enough. 5 and 6. We're going to finish off by working through our plank, our cobra and our shell stretch. So we get rid of the block, we come round into our 4-point position. We'll go from plank to shell and then we'll finish off with our cobra. So let's get our arms into position. Let's extend one leg behind us and the other leg behind us. So we're in a nice plank position. Hold. Find your stability. Have a little play. Move through those feet. We're going to do a little rocking movement. So we're going to push forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Come back to the centre. Lower the knees and reach back into that shell stretch. 2 breaths. Second breath. We're coming back into our plank. Box position, extend the leg, extend the other leg. Hold. Let's count it down, shall we? 10, 9. All right, let's go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, back into your shell stretch. 2 breaths. Last plank. Box position. Raise the knees, get into your plank and hold. Should we try for 10? 9, 8, 7, 6. You may be tired, at which point put the knees down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press those knees down into a shell stretch. And let's finish off with the cobra. Bring the arms wide. You can go through the caterpillar, which is where you dip through the arms, pressing through the chest and coming up. Or if you want to, where we were before, you were in your shell stretch, come into a box position and then lower the pelvis down and allow yourself to go into that stretch. And rest down. Hands into a comfortable position, take the breath in, peel the front of the body off the mat, hold, breathe out and lower. Don't forget those shoulders need to be down. Last one. Shoulders down, abdominals stretched, breastbone high, glutes working, parallel legs, and we're going to go into a shell stretch again. Lift through the abdominals and back we go. I always like to finish my classes off with a nice deep breathing stretch. So we're going to get from here into a standing position, which I don't believe you'll be able to see, so I'll have to readjust my camera. Come up through a lunge, tuck the toes in at the back, and I will change the picture when I've got up. Here we go, back up into standing. Let's have a lovely deep breathe to finish off the end of the class. Bring your arms out and breathe in deeply. And breathe out. And again, deep breath in. And breathe out. breath in and breathe out. Grow tall, feel light as a feather, rise up onto your toes and see if you can hold that balance before you release and lower. Well done everyone, a whole hour's class. Very nice, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll throw another one in when I get the opportunity to video record one.